Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday only here on YouTube. Want to welcome you to the March 2nd, March 2nd, 2024 Vinyl Treasure Show. Johnny G here with his bum leg. It's been getting better. It's still not best, but it is better, and it's better when I'm not on it. So I did something bad yesterday because I had to go get some food to eat. We usually have a fish on Friday, and I told my parents, look, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the fish. It's not that far. I'll just hobble in there. But I ended up going to ShopRite, not for a long time, just for a little bit, and she was really upset. And it hurt me, when I came home a little bit. But it was okay today, but it's still not best. I'm waiting for the therapist to call me to work on my ankle, but anyway, it is better. But still, I can't be sitting for longer than 3 hours here, so we're going to promptly close the show at midnight tonight. So some people looking forward to that, others maybe not so. But that's why we're going to try to. I filled in all the requests that I have. I'm able to feature them tonight. So we got about 42 records or so. I'm usually in the 60's. So it'll be an early night tonight. At least I hope so. But if I babble on like this, it will not. But there you go. We just opened up. I'll get into the chat room there a little bit. But we opened up tonight's Vinyl Treasure Show with a band leader, piano player, whose father owned a label. The label that he recorded on, that would be Class Records. And the label owner, he was Leon Rene, but his son, Googie Rene, also recorded on the label, had 22 releases on the Class record label. That was his second from March of 1957, called Break It Up. I don't know maybe the guys were, just saying that in the background there. But he was the piano player that you heard on there. Also on this, I think Renee Hall was the guitarist, and Plaz Johnson played tenor sax on there. There you go, our opener from March 57. Googie Rene and his orchestra, one of the many releases on Class Records, Break It Up. So Johnny G breaking it up now. And I think this is the only record that I added to the program. Maybe a flip side for Adrian. But let's open up the vocal portion here with a great group. This is a great group out of Harlem, New York. This is their third of 6 releases on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. A tune written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Floyd Adams, and this came out in March of 1956. Let's give a listen to the keynotes. The keynotes on the Apollo record label. It's called Really Wish You Were Here.
Wish you were here, wish you were here, wish you were here, wish you were here. I wish you were here so I could tell you, dear, how much I care, how much I want you near. You know you're the one for me. I hear wedding bells ring every time you are close to me. Then I know what it means, darling. I love you so. You know you're the one for me. Please, please, darling, you say that you'll always be. Well, I really love you so. Yes, I really want you to know that you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. Oh yeah, you're mine. say, girl, I love you so.
As we open up the vocal portion there with the Keynotes. The Keynotes, that's their third of 6 on the Apollo record label, March 1956. Really Wish You Were Here. That is a Floyd Adams on there. Maybe Edmund, Jimmy Wright and his orchestra, they did some moonlighting for some of the other labels. I know Bullseye Records for one. I think that might have been it. You can easily tell the saxophone of Jimmy Wright. That may have been, and Reed says it sounds like Lily Mae Bell. Yes, I think maybe they were trying to sound like Lily Mae Bell. Let's get another up-tempo in here. We stay in Harlem, New York, with a request for Edmund Williams, listening in Queens, New York. He's in our YouTube chat room, and this was the group's 6th release on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label, written by their manager, Esther Navarro. It features Earl, I think at this time he was Speedo Carroll, Earl Speedo Carroll on lead, along with Jesse Powell and the orchestra, from November 1956. Let's give a listen to the Cadillacs, going out to Edmund in the YouTube chat room. It's called Shock-a-Doo.
Shock-a-doo-wop, 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 shoot, shock, shock-a-doo-wop.
Shoe shock-a-doo is coming down the street. No clothes, no shoes on the street now. Shock-a-doo it was a man alone. Shock-a-doo didn't have no home. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop. Hey now, baby, shock-a-doo-wop. Shock-a-doo it didn't have no loot. Shock-a-doo it didn't have no suit. Shock-a-doo it had to slip on nails. Slip on a dime, tell your head to tail. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop. Hey now, baby, shock-a-doo-wop. Shock-a-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shock-a-doo held his head up high. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop. Hey now, baby, shock-a-doo-wop. Anytime now you're feeling blue, shock-a-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a great big smile. Think of shock-a-doo all the while. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop. Hey now, baby, shock-a-doo-wop. Shock-a-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shock-a-doo held his head up high. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop. Hey now, baby, shock-a-doo-wop. Anytime now you're feeling blue, shock-a-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a great big smile. Think of shock-a-doo all the while. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, a shock-a-doo-wop.
Shoot, shock, shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop.
That's by request for Edmund Williams in our YouTube chat. That's the sound of the Cadillacs. Earl Carroll and the Cadillacs, November 1956 on the Josie record label. Shock-a-doo is the name of the tune. That's actually the B-side of the 45. The A-side, this record came out November 56. A Christmas Song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think that was the side. I think that side was played on the radio, I think, back in the Christmas of 1956. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We're here from 9 to midnight, promptly at midnight, maybe about 5 minutes after. So I'm going to try to keep it that way, as I can't sit too long. That is the main reason why. So for the next few weeks, we'll be this way. So, again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell to get notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you dig what Johnny G is doing here on this Saturday evening. We open up with an instrumental and usually 2 up tempos. Then we start off chronologically here, and we're going to start it off here from February 52. Actually, it is a flip side from last week. It was Joe Shacatano that requested the 8th release on the Apollo label by the Larks. I featured Stolen Love. I think it was Daryl Letts that requested the flip side of the 45, again featuring the great lead singer Eugene Mumford from February 1952. These are the Larks on Apollo. It's called In My Lonely Room.
In my lonely room, my thoughts return to the things we used to do, and in my heart comes a haunting refrain. Please tell me, am I to blame? Lonely room, our dreams have passed like the smoke out of the blue, and all that's left is a memory of you. Please tell me, what can I do? The things we used to in my heart. You said that we were through right from the start. Now I can't go on dreaming of you, so there's nothing left to do but cry in my lonely room. The memories are too hard for me to bear, and when I found out that you didn't care, I cried in my lonely room. The things we used to do linger in my heart. You said that we were through right from the start. Now I can't go on dreaming of you, so there's nothing left to do but cry in my lonely room. The memories are too hard for me to bear, and when I found out that you didn't care, I cried in my
Those are the Larks by request for Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. That's Eugene Mumford on lead, February 1952. That's their 8th release. I think it's their 8th release on the Apollo record label, In My Lonely Room. That was a 45. Greg sold me that. He came up here sometime in the, I don't know, maybe in the mid-1990s or so when he came to the house. It was late at night because he was driving from Manville, New Jersey with a box of records. I don't know, either picked them up during the day or whatever. And he said, do you have the cash to pay me? I'll come over. So he came over and he brought like 4 records that were, four figures each. But I paid them and then went on like that. We always used to do business like that with Greg anyway, as I will never forget him. I won't. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's go to Cleveland, Ohio now for this next group. It's a request for listener Big Dave Swinger, as this group would approach DJ Alan Freed if he could help them get into the music business. Of course, Freed was able to do so as they signed with Chess Records. They had 2 releases on the Chess label, and I guess one of the stipulations is that Freed would have to get writer credit on both sides of their first 45, and that is what happened, because Alan Freed is the only name mentioned on their first 45 on both sides of the record, and the song was really written by the lead singer of the group. His name was Charles Carruthers, and this was a big R&B hit for them, a number 3 R&B hit for the group too. So it's from August 53 for Big Dave Swinger, the Coronets. The Coronets on the Chess record label. Their tune is called Nadine.
On my soul, your lips asked the question, my lips told a lie. Forgive me, darling, don't say goodbye, Nadine. Won't you lend me your eyes? I am a victim of foul circumstance, so Nadine, give me a chance. The thrill of your lips seeped into my heart and penetrated on my soul. Your lips asked the question, my lips told a lie. Forgive me, darling, don't say goodbye, Nadine. Won't you lend me your arms? I'm a victim of foul circumstance, so Nadine, give me a chance.
There you go. That's for Big Dave Swinger there, the sound of the Coronets. The Coronets from August 1953. That's their debut single on the Chess record label. Charles Carruthers, the lead singer on there. Nadine is the name of the tune. I think with their second release on Chess, Carruthers did get writer credit, but alongside Alan Freed's name. I guess, with his popularity and breaking a record in the R&B field, that's the price. That's the going price. Johnny G here, not charging any price. It's all for free as you listen to cool 45s out of my collection as requested by you, the Vinyl Treasure Show listeners. Let's continue here. Got a big crowd tonight as we stay in 1953 with a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group only had 2 releases that came out on the, I guess we can call it the early R&B Brunswick series, the 84,000 series. There are lots of cool jazz records on there and R&B records on there. I have a Zilla Mays that's pretty nice with a group backing her up, and some other ones. I got some jazz records on that, songs on that label. And this was a recent addition to the collection. This is their first of 2. I don't know if their other one comes on a 45, though. It might be only a 78. I might have this on a 78 also, Flexi Brunswick promo. But I wanted the 45. And all 4 sides by this group were recorded on January 7th of 1953. But their first, which Gordy requested, was released in February of 53. They're called the 5 Bills. The 5 Bills on the Brunswick record label for Gordy Freeman. It's called Can't Wait for Tomorrow. The 5 Bills.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait for the day I'll hold you, my darling, so near you I'll stay. Though parting such sorrow, there's no need to cry. Just think of tomorrow instead of goodbye. Can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait for the day I'll hold you, my darling, near you I'll stay. Though parting such sorrow, there's no need to cry. Just think of tomorrow instead of goodbye. Oh, there'll be temptation. There'll be temptation. Trouble to depart. Keep faith in the things, dear, that come from my heart. Keep faith in the things, dear, that come from my heart.
Sounds of 1953 here on the Vinyl Treasure Show by request. For Gordy Freeman there, the 5 Bills. The 5 Bills from February 53 on the Brunswick record label. That's their first of 2, and only on a 45. Frank Chingaro clarified their second release is only on a 78, but that's on a 45 and a 78. That's called Can't Wait for Tomorrow. I also did see their connection to, Frank mentioned it, the Calvin Brothers and 4 brothers and a cousin that recorded for the what is it, Jaguar record label, is that, if that's what it is? Because I have that record. I think I have 2 copies of that 45. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. It's 48 degrees and cloudy here in Westchester County, New York. I think, Reed, you said you had snow today, or some, forget about the snow. We had the rain. The rain was horrible today. horrible, horrible rain today. But sit back in your home, on your sofa, in your PC chair, in your bed, on your phone, or wherever. And my mother's watching in the kitchen, tuning into the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here. We go into 1954 now with a request for listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room as one of the premier vocal groups, originally from Newport News, Virginia, signed with Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin Records in 1951, and Joe requested their 14th of 17 that came out on the Aladdin record label. We go back to February 1954. These are the 5 keys on the blue Aladdin label. It features Rudy West on lead. It's called Someday Sweetheart for Joe.
Someday, sweetheart, you may be sorry for what you've done to my poor heart. You may regret the vows you've broken, the things you did that made us drift apart. You happy now and can see how the weary blues will ever come to you. But as you sow, so shall you reap, dear, and what you reap will make you weep someday, sweetheart. You're happy now. I can see how those weary blues will ever come to you. Oh, but as you sow, so shall you reap, dear, and what you reap will make you weep someday, sweet heart.
That's the great sound of the 5 keys there. Rudy West and the 5 keys by request for Joe Shacatano, February of 1954 on the Aladdin record label. Someday Sweetheart is the name of the tune. Some pops in there, but for the majority of the record plays pretty nice. Thankful to get that 45. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening as we continue here. We stay in 1954. Now, on last week's Vinyl Treasure Show, played a request for listener Daniel Kubacki on Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. It was the 4th release for the Blue Dots. The Blue Dots, a group out of Atlanta, Georgia. The song was called Let Me Know Tonight. Now, Daniel requested the flip side of that 45 for this evening. So here we go, December 54, the Blue Dots. We flip it over on Deluxe. It features Eddie Harris on lead, going out to Daniel. It's called Hold Me Tight.
Hold me tight, 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 and I'll be still, oh, till love, give me my feel, I'll never tire, 'cause I'm on fire. Hold me tight, 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 hold me tight, tight, tight. Alright, just make it tight. Hold me tight, tight, tight. Oh, make it alright. Don't go away. Stay right here. Losing you is my biggest fear. You're the one I love the most. Hold it tight, tight, tight. Ooh, hold it tight, tight, tight. Oh, all right. Just you hold it tight. Hold it tight, tight, tight. Just make it tight. Don't go away. Stay right here. Losing you is my biggest fear. You're the one I love the most. Hold me tight, tight, tight. Hold me tight, tight, tight. Oh, all right. Just you make it tight. Oh, hold it tight, tight, tight. Oh, all right. Hold me tight, tight, tight. Oh, tight.
December 1954 release there for the Blue Dots. That's their fourth release on the deluxe label. Hold Me Tight is the name of the tune. Eddie Harris, the lead singer. That one there going out to listener Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. Let's continue now. As up next, a request for listener Frank Shingaro in our YouTube chat room. As this group, they are out of Washington, D.C. Their debut single came out on the Chess label back in 1952. They would sign with Don Robey's Peacock label in 1954 to have their second release. The group included the brother of singer Roberta Flack. His name was Leroy Flack. He was the bass of the group. And the song written by the lead singer, his name was Scotty Mansfield, by request for Frank Shingaro, November 1954. Let's give a listen to the Clefs. The Clefs on the Peacock record label. It's called I'll Be Waiting.
Waiting.
That's on Don Robey's Peacock record label from November 1954. The sound of the Clefs there. Scotty Manfield and the Clefs, I'll Be Waiting. That's by request for listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat. And Frank Gingaro, he is half of the duo of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. It's Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg. They do it on Sunday afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on WRHU 88.7 FM out of Hofstra University, and they're on from 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 5, and you can get them on the internet at www.wrhu.org. That's tomorrow, Sunday. They'll be on. I have been sending requests into Frank, so they're going to be playing my 2 requests. Also, Frank reciprocates, sending Johnny G requests, as we are both promoting the music. We need to keep record collecting alive and this music alive. So that is the name of the game here. And for collectors out there, who else is going to buy my records here when I'm ready to sell out? Hint Evan Blatt. So have a good paying job as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we fill a request for Ronnie Sherman. Ronnie Sherman tuned into the program tonight as we go back to Harlem, New York. This gal, crippled from birth, but that didn't stop her from having a very successful singing career. She signed with the Herman Lubinsky Savoy record label. She had 15 releases on the Savoy label. This was her 12th, a tune written by Charles Singleton and Rosemarie McCoy, and she's being backed up by a vocal group that also recorded for the Savoy record label. They were called the Roamers. They had a record in December of 54 called Deep Freeze. I think they also backed up Wilbert Harrison, with an early release in 1955. But this is from May 55 by request for Ronnie Sherman. It's Veretta Dillard and the Roamers on Savoy Records. It's called You're the Answer to My Prayer for Ronnie Sherman.
I've been sending my prayers to heaven, and they must have gone up there, for you're all I hope and prayed for. You're the answer to my prayer. I believed someday I'd find you, but I knew not when nor where. Now at last I found you, darling. You're the answer to my prayer. Yes, I bless the day I found you. That's the day I learned to care. So I'm building my life all around you. You're the answer to my prayer. For your love to me is a treasure. I shall keep it as long as I live. And to love you is always a pleasure. I just wish I had more love to give. Yes, I bless the day I found you. That's the day I learned to care. So I'm building my life all around you. You're the answer to my prayer.
As going out to listener Ronnie Sherman there, that's Veretta Dillard. Veretta Dillard and the Roamers, May 1955 on the Savoy record label. That's their 12th release, 12 of 15 on Savoy. You're the answer to my prayer. Well, Johnny G is the answer to a vinyl record collector. As if you're a collector of this music, you should be tuning into the program. You can get to see, especially if you're a young collector, you get to see all the cool labels from the 1950s. I wish I was able to see that. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have any of this. You had to get on your radio to tune into the program. So I mean, a lot of shows have become available to people throughout the world and through the United States to be able to hear on the internet. So some good things and some bad things, of course. But let's continue here. And here is a request for listener Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. As I think this group is out of the Boston, Massachusetts area. They're called the Dappers, not to be confused with a group called the Dappers that recorded for the Groove label or that recorded for the Rainbow label. I think they were different groups. But this group recorded for the Peacock record label. Who collected Peacock? Geronimo, you collect the Peacock label? You collect? Do you collect also the Duke label? That is the parent label. I don't know. I think maybe Peacock. I don't know. Duke was, I think, the first label. Then Peacock was the sister label. But this tune, co-written by the lead singer. His name is George Dapper Cromwell. We go to May of 1955 now, by request for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. These are the Dappers on Peacock. It's called Come Back to Me.
Wow, my heart is so sad, 'cause you're far away. I wish you were here to brighten the day. Please come back, my darling. Please come back to me. Come back to me. The days are so lonely when you're not here. Each night on my pillow, I pray you'll be near. Come back, oh baby. Please come back to me.
Come back, my dear. Oh, very pleased. Yes, with your love in a packet for me. And wrap it up. Yes, baby, with all your loving care.
prayers would be answered if you were around. I'm so happy, baby. Please come back to me.
As by request for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. I like that record, I do. The it's got a little hiss to it. Well, what do you want? What do you want for $4? The Dappers there. Got that a long time ago. I think from Joel Scherzer, if I'm not mistaken. The Dappers there with George Dapper Cromwell on lead. May 1955 on the Peacock record label. Come Back to Me is the name of the tune. This same group would have releases. This is the same group that had releases on the Epic label and the Foxy label. That's that Dappers group. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do this every Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight, and we're going to be closing down close to a little after midnight. We're not going to, I can't do it, not at least till I go back to the doctor on the 26th, I think, of March. So I got to get some therapy and whatnot, but I can't sit for that long. Got my leg elevated here under the table, but I can still play these 45s as we continue here. We go back to Harlem, New York, with a request for Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group signed with Morty Shad's Harlem record label. They recorded 2 on this Harlem label, in addition to backing up 2 other artists on the label. Also, they backed up Lightning Jr. and Bobby Sue, but this was the group's second release on the Harlem label, written by the baritone of the group. His name, Robert Dunn, but it says on the label, it's tricking you. It says featuring Johnny Ace Jr., but that was a totally made-up thing that Morty Shad did, hoping to cash in, possibly, it's kind of terrible, on the death of Johnny Ace. But in reality, the lead singer of this tune is John Barnes. We go to April of 1955 for the Empires. The Empires on the Harlem label. It's going out to Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. It's called Magic Mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall, you'll see the fairest of them all. Tell me, magic mirror on the wall. Magic mirror on the wall. Do you think she loves me at all? Tell me, magic mirror on the wall. Will she be mine just to have and to hold, just as long as I live, till death do us part? Tell me, mirror on the wall, does she love me? Magic mirror on the wall, you'll see the fairest of them all. Tell me, magic mirror on the wall.
of the Empires there out of Harlem, New York, on the Harlem label too, by the way, April 1955 release. That's going out to Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. The Empires on Harlem with Magic Mirror. That's John Barnes on lead. Now, they would sign with Bobby Robinson's Whirling Disc record label as the Empires and also as the Whirlers, and they re-recorded that Magic Mirror for Whirling Disc Records. So it's a different version, but that is the original. That is the original from April 1955. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. How about a twin spin with the Empires, this time for listener Big Dave Swinger, as after Harlem Records, they recorded for Mercury Records. What am I saying? MGM Records. They signed with MGM Records and also the subsidiary. This one's on the MGM. What am I thinking? MGM Mercury subsidiary, Wing Records. This was their first one on the Wing label. They also have the other one on the Mercury label. Gosh, Johnny. This is actually a duet from August 55. The duet is Les Cooper and Bob Dunn. And this was a number 3 record on WHOD in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We go to August 55. A twin spin for the Empires on the Wing label for Big Dave Swinger. The song is called Shirley.
Well, Shirley, Shirley, baby, I want to be close to you. Yes, I do. Shirley, Shirley, baby, I want to be close to you. I want to be so close till nothing can come between you and me. I want to love you in the morning, love you in the evening too. Yes, I do.
has a swinging guitar on that song there. That's going out to Big Dave Swinger, The Sound of the Empires there, August 55. That's on the Wing record label. Wing Records, a subsidiary of the Mercury label. Shirley is the name of the tune. That duet, Les Cooper of a Wiggle Wobble fame in 60 or 61. Also wrote the tunes, I think, for the charts too. It maybe was a member of the charts. And Bob Dunn were members of the Empires. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so yet. This is the third show of the week, as I was on last Wednesday at 9 p.m. and broadcasting simultaneously on Oldies and More Radio with the Soul Show. So if you have any requests for either this show, this Saturday night show, or the Wednesday night show, you can send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I play soul records or northern soul stuff on the Wednesday night show. I do a Thursday afternoon show right now where I think we're in the top I think 190 something here on the countdown of the 1957 Relic Survey as voted by collectors. So lots of great tunes showing up on that. And here, our big Saturday night show, 1950s and early 60s, but I play the music by year. We are in the year now 1956 as we fill a request for Daniel Kubacki. This group is out of Detroit, Michigan. They had 4 excellent releases on the RCA subsidiary Groove record label. This is their 4th and final release for Groove. It features Eugene Ronnie Hamilton on lead. This is going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room from November 1956. Here are the Nightcaps. The Nightcaps on the Groove label. It's called In Each Corner of My Heart. This is for Daniel.
In each corner of my heart, I have room for you. There's a place in every beat for the things you do. Peaceful like this, I just long for your kiss and the magic that you bring. I see your eyes in the starry skies and the love in the song you sing in each corner of my heart. I hope and pray each night that you'll be my own for keeps, and to hold so tight, and no matter what you think of me, my darling, I'll always be. Oh, lasting thing in each corner of my heart.
In each corner of my heart, I'll open out each night. Let your love be mine for keep, and to hold you so tight.
And no matter what you think of me, my darling, you'll always be a lasting thing
That's a great sound of the Nightcaps. Nightcaps on the Groove record label. That's for Daniel Kubacki. That's their fourth release on the Groove label, In Each Corner of My Heart, from November of 1956. And two of the members of this group would go on to have successful solo careers. Al Hamilton, he would record as Al Kent. It had some cool soul records. And Eugene Ronnie Hamilton would record as Ronnie Savoy. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you have a request, I forgot to give you the email address. vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the email address. I received a couple too late. Some interesting emails I received. Thank you, those people that emailed me today. One was from Australia. A few listeners in Australia. And I didn't get a chance to answer you back. Some big collectors of group harmony in Australia, and of course other countries too. So welcome to the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here as what was it? I forget. So Charlene says last week, but it wasn't. And I don't know when this was played, but I'm finally getting to it. It's for Jimmy Amato. Actually, Edmund Williams requested this group from Brooklyn, New York. They were called the Royal Tones, and he requested the song Crazy Love, and I forget when I played that. That had to be maybe sometime in February. So Jimmy Amato, who has been under the weather for the last few weeks here. So Jimmy, I hope you're feeling better. And I know I saw you earlier in the chat room, so I hope you're tuned into the program and you're feeling better. He wants to hear the flip side of the 45, a tune written by the lead singer. His name is Eddie Carson. We go to February of 1956. These are the Royal Tones on the Old Town label. This is the flip side of Crazy Love. It's called Never Let Me Go. This is for Jimmy Amato. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there going out to Jimmy Amato. That's the sound of the Royal Tones. Eddie Carson with that high falsetto voice there. That is the B-side to Crazy Love, song entitled Never Let Me Go, February 1956. It's on High Weiss's Old Town Records out of New York City. Their next record was called Latin Love, which is pretty good. And they also backed up Ruth McFadden on Old Town. I forget the name of the record, but I had it. I have it here, I think, in the box to play, and we will do that we'll hear that record sometime in the future. Let's continue here as we are in the year 1956, playing records from the block year. Well, I play them by year, so we are in the 1956 block, and we fill a request for listener Butch Ford, listening in Hawaii. Now, Butch, I knew Butch going way back when I was buying records through the mail, and I think he ended up with a sets, it was an auction list that he would mail out to the house as Charles Ford, I think from Ohio originally. I forget where in Ohio, but I have a lot of Butch's records in my collection, and he needed to raise some money to do something, and he's ended up selling maybe he wishes he had some of them back now because the prices are a little bit higher, but this is a great request that he submitted to Johnny G at vinyltreasures at AOL.com. And remember that George DeWup Tompkins loved this record too, and this group is out of Baltimore, Maryland, but they ended up on the Bahari Brothers Modern label. That's because Eddie Rich of the Swallows got them an audition with the Bahari Brothers satellite office, which was in New York City, which resulted in this release. And it came out in January of 56. It features Calvin Khaki Colette on lead. And this is going out to Butch Ford, listening in Hawaii, and also he was in our YouTube chat room earlier. These are the Honey Boys from January 56 on the Modern label. It's called Never Lose Faith in Me for Butch. January 1956 release there, going out to Butch Ford. The Honey Boys. The Honey Boys on the Modern record label. That's with the Calvin Khaki Colette on lead. Never Lose Faith in Me is the name of the tune. Never Lose Faith in Johnny G. I'll always be here spinning my original vinyl 45s as we continue here. And last week in the chat room, we had a visitor by the name of 67 Pepper, and he said, and again, maybe he didn't know that Johnny G cannot take requests on the night of the show. So I need to know in advance, and sometimes at least by Friday evening at least, so I could at least pull because I got to pull all the 45s out. So he wanted to hear a Drifters tune, and I said, well, I got plenty of Drifters 45s in my collection, so I selected one. And I don't know if 67 Pepper is listening, but I hope he likes this one. This is their 13th release on the Atlantic record label. Now, this is not the original version of the song, though. This song was first recorded by the Jubilaires. They did it back in 1946. I think the Prisonaires also did this in 1953 for the Sun record label. But then the Drifters covered this song. It came out in October of 1957. It features Johnny Moore on lead. This was a number 9 tune on WKBC in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So I'm going to send this one out to 67 Pepper, who wanted to hear a Drifters tune. Let's go to October 57, the Drifters on the Atlantic label, and their rendition of the tune, I Know.
I know. Oh, yes, I know that you and I will never meet again. For you were meant for somebody else. Somebody else. Whoa, 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 that night. Oh, yes, that night. That night when first we met, I fell in love with you, and now I simply can't forget. I can't forget. Oh, darling, but if we'll never meet again beneath the moonlit sky, but I know that my love will follow you as the years go passing by. Oh, yes, I know that you and I will never meet again. For you were meant for somebody else.
There you go. That's Johnny Moore and the Drifters there. That is going out to a 67 Pepper. That's October 1957. It's on the Atlantic record label, their rendition of the tune, I Know. There you go. Hope you like that tune there. I know I do as we continue here. And we fill a request for listener Jimmy Amato, sending a Good Feeling Angels his way. They're hoping that Jimmy Amato feeling better. He was in the chat room earlier in the show. And we go to Ernie Young's Excello Records out of Nashville, Tennessee for a flip side request. Actually, Jimmy requested the up-tempo side of this called China Doll. And we're going to flip it over now, send it out to him from September 57. They're called the Glad Rags. I found out that I have a promo copy and a stock copy. This copy plays better to stock copy. They're not the greatest condition, but I didn't really pay a lot of money for this 45. But anyway, we'll send it out to Jimmy Amato, September 57, the Glad Rags on Excello. It's called Just One Love.
There's just one love, dear, no matter where I go. There's just one love, dear, for you I'll show. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear. Oh, stay by my side. Stay by my side. I'll go over in the valley of evil, walk by the pretty blue sea, and I'll stop there, sit on the bank until I have you by my side. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear, for you I'll show. I'll go over in the valley of evil, walk by the pretty blue sea, and I'll stop there, sit on the bank until I have you by my side. There's no other way to show my love for you. There's only one love, dear, for you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show. For you I'll show.
As going out to Jimmy Amato, those are the Glad Rags on the Excello record label, Excello Records, out of Nashville, Tennessee. I would guess that group is local to Nashville too. September 57, although it doesn't have to be. September 57, song entitled Just One Love. Johnny G is spinning his 45s here for a Saturday evening. Thank you all for being here. Give me a thumbs up if you dig what Johnny G is doing, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel as we continue here. We fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro. He is the co-host of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. That will be airing tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 to 5, on WRHU. That's 88.7 FM out of Hofstra University. They broadcast out of the university, and they spin records just like this, and they also take requests. It's Frank and Gordon, and Frank has given has been giving me requests for over a month now, a couple months now. We've been kind of trading requests. I gave Frank 2 requests for tomorrow. One will be heard in the first hour and also the second hour, as Frank and Gordon, they kind of each week like rotate who does the first hour and who does the second hour, but they both chime in on what records they play by the people that can call in, etc. And I text it to Frank during the show when I'm tuned in. But you can tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then if you cannot get it on your radio, you can tune in on the internet at wrhu.org. There is a listen link there to tune in, so check them out tomorrow afternoon, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 5. And Frank requested this cool tune. Actually, this kicked off the Ebb record label. I lost my place. I'm sure many of you are familiar with a group out of Los Angeles called the Native Boys. They recorded for Jake Porter's Combo label, but they broke up sometime in 1956, and group member Freddie Romaine formed a new group. His friend was Danny Christian, and got together with his friend and 2 ex-members of the Flares, both George Hollis and Kenneth Biley, and they called themselves the Ebbtones, really named after the label. I guess maybe read Art Roop's wife wanted a group named after the label. I guess that was it. But anyway, they signed with Lenoa. What is her name? Charlene Lenoa? Is it Lenore or Lenoa? Charlene keeps on telling me, no, Johnny, it's Lenoa, not Lenore. Lenoa Roop's newly formed Ebb label, and she, of course, I think she won a divorce thing with Art Roop, and she must have got a lot of money. I don't know what Art was doing to cause a divorce, but who knows? But he owns Specialty Records, and it says here she used her divorce settlement to set up this Ebb record label. And this is the song that kicked off the label. This was Ebb number 100, if you collect the label. I do. But the tune written by the lead singer, Danny Christian's his name. We go to March of 1957. This is for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. The Ebbtones on Ebb. It's called Danny's Blues.
Mean old rotten blues. My tears could fill a water glass, and nothing good could come to pass. Blues. She took me by the hand and introduced me to the blues. Say what you choose, Danny's got the blues. When love went strolling out the door, it made me just a target for blues, burning blues. There's nothing in this land could separate me from the blues. I paced the floor at midnight, watched the morning sun, thinking about my baby and wondering what I've done. Sorrows all around me, gloom is in my brain. If baby doesn't want me, I can never smile again. I've got the blues. Mean old rotten blues. Everything I do is wrong, and blues creeps into every song I choose. I've got the mean old rotten, not to be forgotten, rotten blues. I've got the blues, blues. Danny's got the blues.
There you go. That's by request for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Ebb Tones. The Ebb Tones from March 57. That's on the Ebb record label. Lee Roop's Ebb label, kick off the label. Danny's Blues is the name of the tune. That's again written. That's the lead singer, Danny Christian. There, he wrote the tune, singing about his blues. Hopefully, you're not in the blues here, listening to Johnny G. We need to be happy and joyous, listening to this cool music as we continue here. And we go to this next group from Columbus, Ohio. We fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This is on Johnny Vincent's Ace record label. Ace Records was down in the state of Mississippi, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And this group called the Supremes, and this with Huey Smith on piano and his group The Clowns backing them up. And this came out in July of 1957. It features Forrest Porter on lead. We go to the Ace record label. Give a listen to the Supremes by request for Gordy Freeman from July 57. It's called Just for You and I.
We have never met the way that most lovers do. I'll always be waiting for someone like you.
Darling, when the dawn comes up and the moon rolls by, I count each and every star, just wonder where you are. While the moonlight sings a lullaby, darling, just for you and I.
Record there by the Supremes there with Forrest Porter on lead. July 1957, that's on Johnny Vincent's Ace record label by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Just for You and I is the name of the tune. I think that was my number two record on the 1957 survey. My first one was the Sunbeams, Please Say You'll Be Mine, and I think that was my second one, if I'm not mistaken. That was a number 3 record on WMRY in New Orleans, Louisiana. And the lead singer there, Forrest Porter, he would also become a member of the Four Pharaohs. They do some great releases, the Four Pharaohs. Johnny G here on a Saturday as we continue here, and we stay in 1957. We fill a request for Edmund Williams as he requested the Valentines final release on George Goldner's Rama record label, and a song I first heard this on the Gus Gossard Show, the tune written by group member Richard Barrett. Now, well, it's not Morris Levy. Can't be Morris Levy. It's got to... Who says Morris Levy? It's got to be Goldner. Charlene, where'd you get Morris Levy? It cannot be. It features Carl Hogan on lead from April 57. These are the Valentines. Carl Hogan on lead, the Valentines on the Rama label, going out to Edmund Williams. It's called Don't Say Goodnight.
Don't say goodnight. Please don't close the door. Just hold my hand for a minute or more. Just hold my hand. I'm at your command. Don't say good night.
Don't say good night.
That is a great tune. I never get tired of that record. I got to say that. That's going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. The Sound of the Valentines. That's Carl Hogan on lead, though. April 1957. That's their final release on George Goldner's Rama record label, Don't Say Goodnight. I think, Brian, that's Norm's copy. I had it on a promo prior to that, but that one plays pretty nice, so I like that there. Charlene, sometimes when Charlene gets the information, because she goes to Discogs, because they do give you the writer credits on Discogs, she's not looking at the label because she can see the last name. Of course, Goldner was a big gambler. He lost so much money. He owed the mob thousands and thousands of dollars. He didn't have the money to pay, so he had to fork over his labels. He would sign them over. Morris Levy was the first one to take over his Roulette record label, and then I think after Goldner passed away, everything that had Goldner's name in the writer credit, he put his name, Morris Levy. Gotta be careful when you deal with those guys. Believe me, I've dealt with some in my lifetime. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, here we go. We are in the year 1957, and here is one of the pioneer groups of R&B. Again, we heard from, they hooked up with Cleveland disc jockey Alan Freed. He would manage the group and put out their first single on his Champagne record label, which is a good record from 53. I Just Can't Tell No Lie was the name of the tune. Then they recorded for Chance Records. Then they recorded for Leonard Chess's Chess record label. And they had some fine material. Not Chess, Checker, but Chess also. Because this is, no, I'm thinking of the Flamingos. Johnny G losing his mind. Leonard Chess's Chess record label. They put out some fine material. Their first was a song called Sincerely Their first of 20 on the Chess record label, but this is their 12th. Now, who requested this? I think Ronnie Sherman requested this. Did Ronnie Sherman request this, Charlene? I don't have it on the copy here. It features Bobby Lester on lead. We go to December of 1957. These are the Moonglows on the Chess label. The song is called Here I Am.
Darling, don't cry anymore. No need to call anymore. My love is yours to adore. Here I am yours. Here I am, here I am, here I am. You won't have to walk. No longing need you dream alone. For I will never leave you alone. Here I am, here I am. Here's my heart, here's my heart. Look into my eyes. Can't you see would rather be? Time to erase all your tears and time to dismiss all your fears. Come share my heart through the years. Here I am yours.
The sound of the Moonglows there. That is by request for Ronnie Sherman. That's Bobby Lester on lead, December 1957. I had a skip on there. There's probably something in the wax. That's a mint copy. December 57, the Moonglows on Chess with Here I Am. That's going out to Ronnie Sherman. Let's stay in 1957 with a request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send this tune out to Jimmy Amato. And I also want to send this one out to listener Bill Olb, because this is one of Bill Olb's most desired records, at least at this time, because he heard it on my program not too long ago. I think I played this on the 1957 survey as we head to Detroit, Michigan. This is on George Braxton's Fox label. Now, the label's biggest hit was a song called Wicked Ruby. I'm sure, Darren, you know that song, Wicked Ruby, on the Fox record label by Danny Zella and the Zellrocks. But there's some fine group records on the label, like the Romeos and the Laredos, and this group, they're called the Four Clippers. This is from September 57. It features Herschel Hunter on lead. Let's give a listen to the Four Clippers by request for Mike Sape. He's sending it out to listener Jimmy Amato. I want to send it out to listener Bill Olb. The Four Clippers on Fox. The song is called Rain.
My misery. do-wop, only I do-wop, want to say do-wop, do-wop, do. Lord above, let it dry. Wow, 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 wow. Shine on the rain. Everybody do-wop, 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 that the sun won't shine. Do-wop, do-wop, only I do-wop, want to say do-wop, do-wop, do. Lord above, let it dry. Wow, 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 wow.
As by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to Jimmy Amato. I'm sending it out to Bill Obe. Truly a great tune there. I will keep my eyes peeled, Bill, for this 45 for you. September 57, the Four Clippers there. They're out of Detroit. It's on George Braxton's Fox label, Herschel Hunter. He's the lead singer. The song is called Rain. Believe me, we had a lot of rain here today. No more rain. We know everything is all soggy and wet. It's got to dry out. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. We continue here. Received an email from a new listener to the program. Actually, lots of new emails as this show has exploded here. Thank you all for all your communications and your correspondence and your requests. You can send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com, as did Joseph Smith, a new listener to the program. He asked me if I had this song by this group from Garfield, New Jersey. It was their second of 3 on the Decca record label, and this is the intended A-side. It features Dave Brigatti on lead. Let's go to May of 1958. We're going to send this one out to listener Joseph Smith. These are the High Fives on the Decca label with Dave Brigatti on lead. He is the older brother to Eddie Brigatti of the Young Rascals. The song is called Dorothy. This is for Joseph Smith.
Flip me, baby.
Dorothy, my love.
Dorothy,
please don't break my heart. Dorothy, let's not give a word. Don't walk out on me. Our love was meant to be.
Dorothy, whirl me, baby.
Dorothy, my love. I love you. You love me. That's the way it ought to be.
Oh, pip, flip it, dip, dip, tap.
Dorothy, your sweet lips are mine. Dorothy, this is sweet as wine. I thrill to your touch. I love you so much.
Dorothy, Dorothy,
Dorothy, my love.
send me, baby.
Dorothy, my love, I love you, you love me. That's the way it ought to be.
Send
bed, flippity-dip-dip-dap.
Dorothy, your sweet lips on mine, Dorothy. Kisses sweet as wine, I thrill to your touch. I love you so much.
Dorothy, Dorothy,
Dorothy, my love.
That's by request for Joseph Smith. He is in our YouTube chat room as Oldies fan. Now I know who you are. And they like that tune there by the High Fives. Dave Brigatti on lead there, May 1958 on the Decca record label. That's their second of three on the Decca label. Song entitled Dorothy. We're going to hear the flip side of that because he requested the flip side also. But first we're going to get to this request. And I think I want to ask that Donald McGee, do they still play that record down in Philadelphia or down in your area of Pennsylvania on the radio? Because they don't play that here anymore. Used to hear that on CBS FM during the day, and of course when Don K. Reed had the doo-wop shop, he played that record quite a bit. But let's continue here. We go, actually speaking of Philadelphia, we go to Philadelphia here. This is a flip side from last week. I played the A side of this called False Alarm on the Chess record label from October 1958 by this great group called the Revels. And listener Darrell Letts asked for the flip side. It's an excellent ballad. Again, the same lead singer, Henry Colclough. And Henry Colclough, he's the lead singer on this. This was a number 28 record on WAMS in Wilmington, Delaware. We go to October 58, the Revels on the Chess label for Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. It's called When You Come Back to Me, the Revels.
Angels will sing, church bells will ring when you come back to me. You know that I love you. Hurry, hurry home to me. The boys in school, they say that I'm a fool to wait until you make up your mind. But I'll just smile and say don't mind. You see, I have nothing but time. Just don't wait till it's too late. I can't sit around and wait. Please tell me what's on your mind. And stop thinking that our love is blind. Darling, you know I care. On your finger you wear the ring that means so much to me. Still I'll just smile and say don't mind. You see, I have nothing but
As going out to Darrell Letts there, great sound there by the Revels, October 1958. That's on the Chess record label. When You Come Back to Me, the flip side of False Alarm, a great jump tune on the flip side. Henry Colclough. Colclough is the lead singer on that. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's flip over that High Fives 45. I think it's a great two-sided 45 by request for Joseph Smith, a.k.a. oldies fan in our YouTube chat room, and again with Dave Brigatti on lead. Now Lenny Dell and the Dimensions, they do a nice version of this from 1963 on the Coral label, but this is the original version from May 58. Let's give a listen to the High Fives on the Decca label, going out to Joseph Smith. It's called Just a Shoulder to Cry On.
Cry on my shoulder. Cry, cry. I'm just a shoulder to cry on for you. You don't think about me, just about you. I'm just a shoulder to cry on for you. So cry, cry, cry out your eyes. Or you run to me when he breaks your heart. You tell me the story right from the start. Oh, what can I do? I love you with all my heart. I'll say goodbye. I'm just a shoulder to cry on for you. You don't think about me, just about you. I'm just a shoulder cry on for you, so cry, cry, cry.
Here you go. That's going out to Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. That is the second of three for the High Fives. That's the B-side to Dorothy, song entitled Just a Shoulder to Cry On. That's Dave Brigatti on lead, May 1958, on the Decca record label. Let's continue here. We are in the year 1958, and we got another request here, this time for Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Tony Crosby in the UK, also to Indrajit in the UK, and all the UK listeners. Now, this group, originally from Portland, Oregon, initially recording as the Four Deep Tones on the Coral label. That was back in 1951. Then they changed their name to the Highlighters. I don't know what happened in between, with releases on the Celeste, the VJ, and the Heiko record label. And I have this on the Heiko label. Greg sold me this 45. I don't know if I didn't check this, so I don't know if that's correct, but maybe it is. But this is their second of two on this Heiko label, and I think I bought it for the other side for Over the Rainbow. But Greg sold me this one and the other one, and then I did get another one on this label, which I didn't have, that he had in his collection. But this is from February '58. These are the Highlighters and the Hamiltons. I'm sorry, the no. It's the Hamiltones, not the Hamiltons. There needs to be an E in there. The Highlighters and the Hamiltones from February '58 on the Heiko label, by request from Mike Sape. And it's going out to Tony Crosby Indrajit, and all the UK listeners. It's called Baby Please Be True, the Highlighters.
I love no one but you. I need no one but you. I want no one but you, baby. Please be true. Boom, won't you say you love me too? So I won't be sad and blue. Oh, I love no one but you, baby. Please be true. Now when I take you by the hand, baby, try to understand that my love for you is true. Believe me when I say I do. I love no one but you. I need no one but you. I want no one but you, baby. Please be true. Boom, let me take you by the hand and lead you to the preacher man. Oh, I love no one but you, baby. Please be true. Now when I take you by the hand, baby, try to understand that my love for you is true. Believe me when I say I do. I love no one but you. I need no one but you. I want no one but you, baby. Please be true. I love no one but you. I need no one but you. I want no one but you, baby. Please be true. Boom, won't you say you love me too? So I won't be sad and blue. For I love no one but you, baby. Please be true. Now when I take you by the hand, baby, try to understand that my love for you is true. Believe me when I say I do. I love no one but you. I need no one but you. I want no one but you, baby. Please be true. Baby, please be true. Baby, please be true. Baby, please be true. Baby, please be true.
There you go. Those are the highlighters. The highlighters from February '58. That's their second of two on the Heiko record label. Baby Be True is the name of the tune. That's by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut, going out to Tony Crosby in the UK, Indrajit in the UK, and the UK listeners there. Baby Please Be True. And I think one of these comes out on colored vinyl, if I'm not mistaken, at least when I spoke to Greg about the record. And but he sold me both copies, both records that I have on the Heiko record label. As we continue here, we are in the year 1958, and fill a request for listener M9. We go back to Detroit, Michigan, this time to Devorah Brown's High Q record label, a subsidiary of the Fortune label. This group called the El Capris, not to be confused with the group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the group out of Detroit. It features Sam Crumby on lead. This is from September 58 for Amnon. The El Capris on the High Q label. It's called Girl of Mine for Amnon.
Oh, 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 do
That's they're out of Detroit there. That's by request for listener Amnon there. That's September 58. They're called the El Capris. The El Capris with Sam Crumby. He's the lead singer. It's on High Q Records, a subsidiary of Fortune Records. Girl of Mine is the name of the tune. Sam Crumby, the lead there. For you collectors out there, that's a hard record to get on the original blue label. The second presses are on the yellow label, but the first presses are the blue label. And that one there going out to listener Amnon. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano, as this is the only release for this group. Came out on the ABC Paramount record label, and I don't know, this copy is mint, but it plays like it's like recycled vinyl or something. It's okay, it's just a little staticky, and it shouldn't be, and it's not polished either. So I don't know what's the deal with this record. Maybe it's at either the beginning or the end of the cycle when they pressed up the records. But the tune written by Bernie Baum and Florence Kay, and this is by Joey Nickel and the Rockefellers. This is the intended A-side. This charted number 15 on KPHO. If you were listening in Phoenix, Arizona, it came out in August 58 by request for Joe Shacatano on the ABC Paramount record label, Joey Nickel and the Rockefellers, with the tune called Steady Love for Joe.
Steady love, steady love, oh, steady love, steady love, oh. You ask me to go steady, and I confess I'm ready to be your steady love. Steady love is what I feel for you. You know that I'll be faithful and be forever grateful if I could find your love steady as the love I feel for you. Travel across the sea, please don't take off my ring, 'cause love's a steady thing, and so we won't ever hide it. I'm glad that you decided to be my steady love. A steady love is what I feel for you. If I have to leave you to travel across the sea, please don't take off my ring, 'cause love's a steady thing, and so we won't ever hide it. I'm glad that you decided to be my steady love. Steady love is what I feel for you.
As by request for Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room, August 58 release for Joey Nickel and the Rockefellers on the ABC Paramount record label. Steady Love is the name of the tune. I don't know if they're the same group, Evan, on the Coed record label, which I have that record too, by the way. And this has been in my collection for years. I don't think this is the first time I played it here on the program. So there you go, Joe Shacatano with these cool requests here. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, remember, if you have a request, you need to send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I always do. Sometimes I can't, I'm doing multitasking here. I can do very well to multitask, but sometimes Charlene has to get up and she's got to take a break, or she's got to stand up from sitting down, and she may miss a request in the chat room, and I'm doing everything. My mother calls me on the phone and says, Johnny, you didn't say goodbye to that person, or you didn't say hello to that person. So she's watching constantly, but I don't think she's taking the requests. Maybe I could ask my mother if somebody said, Johnny, this person wanted to hear a record. That's a possibility, because she is glued to the chat feed there. But it's best if you email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the best way to get the request. But let's continue here and fill a request for Jim Passantino in Colorado. Hope you're feeling well, Jim, and that you're enjoying the show here. And how many of you are familiar with the Chords that recorded for the Cat record label? They had a big hit with a song called Shaboom, and the lead singer of that group was Carl Feaster. But when that broke up, when that group broke up, Carl Feaster signed with Morris Levy's. Now Morris Levy had control of this label, Morris Levy's Roulette record label, and he actually did 2 releases on the label, not as Carl Feaster, but as Lionel Thorp. He changed his name. And the interesting thing, though, is that the writer credits here all include original members of the Chords. So this, in fact, as Frank Gingaro mentioned in the chat room, are the Chords, really, in essence. And Carl Feaster, he's the lead singer, but under the name, the alias, Lionel Thorp. And this is going out to Jim Passantino, March 1959. Lionel Thorp, a.k.a. and the Chords on the Roulette record label. The song is called More, More, More for Jim Passantino.
I'll just keep begging more, more, more. Kiss me, turn the lights down low. Whisper, it's not time to go. And when you thrill me with love, girl, I'll just keep begging more, more, more. Tell me this couldn't be a dream. Careful, love could be mean. And when you squeeze me like you don't, I'll just keep begging more, 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 more.
That's by request for Jim Passantino in Colorado. That's March 59 release. That's the first of two for Lionel Thorp. And I guess we'll call them the Chords, uncredited, backing him up there on the Roulette record label called More, More, More. And I think we lost Carl. He passed away from cancer on January 23rd of 1981. He was only 51 years old. But, of course, that great lead on Shaboom and other releases by the Chords and the Chord Cats and the Shaboom. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening, spinning my original vinyl 45s. We do it from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're here every Saturday night. I'm also back on Wednesday evenings and Thursday afternoons as we continue here. And fill a request for listener Butch Ford in Hawaii as we go to Los Angeles, California for this group. Now, this group included former Robbins bass Bobby Nunn, former Coasters member Leon Hughes, and 3 members of the West Coast Turbans and Sharp Tones, and that was Billy Brown, Bernard Carpenter, and Andre Goodwin, who wrote this tune. This is the group's first of 2 on the Flip record label, and it's by request for Butch Ford. This is from February 1959. Let's give a listen to The Dukes. The Dukes on the Flip label for Butch Ford. It's called Looking for You, for Butch.
Looking for you, looking for you. No one else will do. No one will do. I love you so much. I do.
Going out to Butch Ford in Hawaii, the sound of the Dukes. The Dukes from February 59. That's on the Flip record label. That's their first of 2 on the Flip label. Looking for You is the name of the tune. Let's continue here in 1959. Fill a request for listener Timothy in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group is out of New Jersey, and the A side of this was a national release for this group, made it up to number 55 on Billboard, 47 on Cashbox. The song was called To a Soldier Boy, but Timothy requested the B-side. This is on the Madison record label out of New York City. The song co-written by the lead singer. Her name is Rochelle Gaudette Alessi. And this is from May of 59. They're called the Tassels. The Tassels on the Madison label. This is for Timothy. It's called The Boy for Me.
Boom 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 wah wah did it. Boom 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 wah wah did it. Boom 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 wah wah did it. Boom 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 wah wah wah.
Oh baby, you're the boy for me. You're the one, oh yes indeed. You're my kind. Will you be mine, my dear? I have loved you from the start. Please don't go and break my heart. People say that we would never part. Let's make up and start anew. Can't you see what I've been through? You're the boy for me. Baby, can't you see? You're the boy for me. You're the one, oh yes indeed. You're my kind. Will you be mine, my dear? Let's make up and start anew. Can't you see what I've been through? You're the boy for me. Baby, can't you see? You're the boy for me. You're the one, oh yes indeed. You're my kind. Will you be mine, my dear?
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for Timothy. That is a B-side to a Soldier Boy, as done by a group called the Tassels. The lead singer there, Rochelle Gaudette Alessi. That one there from May 1959, The Boy for Me. It's on the Madison record label. We stay in 1959 with a request for listener Joe Shacatano, very rare 45 out of California. The label's called Futura Records. It was out of Los Angeles. The group is called the Golden Nuggets. I have no information on this group, but this is the better side in my opinion. Now, the instrumentation group is Rocky Roads and the California Versatones. They're providing the instrumentation. I have it on a white promo. Some have the, I think the label is maroon, if I'm not mistaken, on the stock copies. I'll tell you a story on how I got this record after we hear it, but it's very rare. From June 59, the Golden Nuggets, going out to Joe Shacatano on Futura. It's called I Was a Fool, parentheses, to Make You Cry, for Joe Shacatano.
Do 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 do.
Say
Ultra rare 45's here for a Saturday evening. That one there by request for Joe Shacatano, June 59, the Golden Nuggets. The Golden Nuggets on the Futura record label. I Was a Fool, parentheses, to Make You Cry is the name of the tune. So how this record went down, Eddie Estrada out in California, he quite a few times would call me on the phone and he'd say, Johnny, I found a record, do you need it? Because he would call Greg, he would call Jerry Diaz, he would call a whole bunch of people. And actually, I would be working. I'm like, Eddie, I'm working in White Plains, so you can't call the house at 2 p.m. But he would talk to my mother for hours. So he calls me and he says, Johnny, this is exactly what he said to me. Johnny, I have the Golden Nuggets. I need $300 for the record. Can you send it to me? He goes, I'll send it to me, and then I'll mail you out the record. So I said, okay. I says, give me a couple days. You want me to get a postal, because at that time they wanted postal money orders. So I was going to go get this postal money order, but my phone rings the next night, and I'm not going to say who it was, but he says to me, I understand that you need the Golden Nuggets on Futura. I said, yes. And so he says, well, Eddie owed me something, whatever, but if you want the record, it's $600. So it went from $300 to $600. So I wasn't going to say no. I was not happy with it. So I used my, I think I had an American Express card at the time. I was not happy with the transaction and the postal charge too. But that ruined the relationship with that person that I had, because he overcharged me postage by a lot and I was not happy. But that's how I got that record. So bittersweet to that record. But Eddie Estrada found it somewhere out in California, this promo with the, it's okay. It's not mint, but it plays decent, I guess. But anyway, there you go. The trials and tribulations of your disc jockey, Johnny G. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's move into 1960 now with a request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send this one out to Chuck Mitchell in Ohio, Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room, and Frank Cassie, this singer born in Winterville, Mississippi, but he moved to Chicago, Illinois as a child, formed a group with Otis LaVille called The Floats, but they never recorded. But he became a featured dancer on a local TV show in Chicago called Time for Teens. And the presenter there on that show was Jim Lounsbury. Gave him a one-off record deal with Mercury Records. I don't know how that came about, but he ended up setting up a recording date with Mercury Records, and the result was one release on the Mercury record label. And the song, interestingly enough, was written by Curtis Mayfield, and supposedly the Impressions are backing him up on this. Of course, he would later on sign with OK Records in 1963, and he had some big hits like The Monkey Time, Hey Little Girl, and others on OK Records. And you may know him. His name is Major Lance, but this was his debut single. It came out on the Mercury record label from February 1960. By request for Mike Sape, going out to Chuck Mitchell, Frank Gingaro, and Frank Cassie. This is Major Lance on Mercury with I've Got a Girl.
She looks so fine. Everything's alright. Oh, I've got a girl. Nice shape and curl. Always to the end. She'll be my best friend. I've got a girl. Oh, I've got a girl. The cutest in the world. The cutest in the world.
That's the debut single from Major Lance, February 1960 on the Mercury record. I've Got a Girl is the name of the tune. That's by request from Mike Sape, going out to Chuck Mitchell, Frank Cassie, and Frank Gingaro. Let's stay in 1960 with this request for Emnon. Now, many of you familiar with George Benson. Had some pretty big hits in the 1970s, like The Masquerade, This Masquerade, the Greatest Love of All on Broadway, Love Ballad. In the 80s, maybe Give Me the Night, Turn Your Love Around. Well, he was from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and he did begin his recording career back in 1954 at the age of 10 with a release on the RCA label as Little George Benson. Then, after that, he was the lead singer later on of a group called the Altaires, and he co-wrote this song, and it's a request for listener Emnon from July 1960. These are the Altaires on the Amy label with George Benson on lead. It's called If You Love Me. This is for Emnon.
If you love me, really love me, then you have no regrets as long as you may live. Come to me, dear, always stay near, for I want you to get this love that I give. Come into my arms, thrill me with your charms, let me hold you tight, and love me with all of your might. If you love me, oh really, 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 really love me, we will share love divine as long as you are mine. Come into my arms, thrill me with your charms, let me hold you tight, and love you with all of my might. If you love me, or really, 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 really love me, we will share love divine as long as you are mine. If you love me, really love me,
As by request for Emnon there, that's the sound of the Altaires with a George Benson on lead, July 1960. It's on the Amy label. That's that painted on label. I think it only comes this way. It's styrene. It plays okay, this one. It does. If You Love Me is the name of the tune. That's for Emnon. Let's continue here. Let's go to Philadelphia as we move into 1961 with this request for Matey Campboy. This singer was the lead singer of the Hearts. They recorded, although he was not originally from Philadelphia, he was from Goldsboro, North Carolina, but he relocated to Philadelphia, and he was the lead singer of the Hearts, but he had a whole number of solo releases. And this is on the Swan record label. Charlene, was this his second or third? I forget how many he has. But there is an uncredited vocal group backing him up on this. But they're actually called the Neons, but they're not mentioned on the label. But he's doing this standard here, originally done back in 1934. And I think this is the hardest one to find by him on the Swan label, excuse me, because Greg sold me this when he told me. He said, Johnny, this is the hardest one to find by this singer on the Swan label. We go to December of 1961, by request, for Matey Campboy in California. This is Lee Andrews and the Uncredited Neons on the Swan label, and his rendition of the tune, P.S. I Love You, for Matey.
I thought I'd drop a line. The weather's cool, the folks are fine, and the bed each night at 9. P.S. I love you. Yesterday we had some rain, but all in all, I can't complain. Was it dusty on the train? P.S. I love you. Right to the Browns, just as soon as you're able. They were round to call. I burned a hole in the dining room table. That's all, I guess, that's all. Nothing more for me to say. I guess I'll close. Oh, by the way, everybody's thinking of you. P.S. I love you.
As by request for Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room. That's the third release by Lee Andrews and a group on the Swan record label, P.S. I Love You. That one there from December 1961. And his group backing him up, they're uncredited, but they were known as the Neons. Johnny G here. We are in the year 1961. Last week I played a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy in Florida. He requested the Suddens. The Suddens, previously recorded as the Safaris with John Stevens as the lead with Image of a Girl, Jim Stevens. But when Jim Stevens left, the group changed their name to the Suddens to continue to sing. The lead singer of the group is Lee Forrester, and he also is doing lead on the flip side. I think this is the intended A-side, which Tom Shaughnessy also requested. Let's go to March of 61 for the Suddens on the Sudden label. How coincidental. The Suddens on the Sudden label. It features Lee Forrester on lead. The song is called Childish Ways. It's for Tom Shaughnessy.
Things you say must be that way. What can I do about your childish way? You are always crying, you're never smiling. What can I do about your childish ways? Today you fill my heart with joy, and tomorrow there's another boy. Even though you treat me like you do, I don't know why, child, but I still love you. What can I say? Is there a way? What can I do about your childish ways? Today you fill my heart with joy, and tomorrow there's another boy. Even though you treat me like you do, I don't know why, child, but I still love you. What can I say? Is there a way? What can I do about your childish way?
That's going out to Tom Shaughnessy. Those are the Suddens. The Suddens from March 61 on the Sudden label, featuring Lee Forrester on lead. Childish Ways is the name of the tune. Let's stay in 61 and let's stay out in California. We fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room, listening down in Mexico. This group out of Pomona, California, had two releases out at the same time, one on the Imperial label as Terry and the Kittens, and the other as Terry and the Velvetines on this label, Kerwood Records. And I'm guessing that they are exactly the same group. The lead singer, her name is Terry Bonilla, and let's give a listen to their Kerwood release from February of 61. It's Terry and the Velvetines. This is for Adrian on the Kerwood label. It's called You've Broken My Heart. This is for Adrian.
Why won't you come back to me?
out of Los Angeles, California. That's Terry and the Velvetines with Terry Bonilla. She's the lead singer. February 61, You've Broken My Heart. That's for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. It's on the Kerwood label. The other record that was out at the same time on Imperial was Terry and the Kittens and their cover of the Shields, or I should say the Slades, You Cheated. Johnny G here. As we're moving through here, we might do a little bit of overtime, but not a lot. Because I can't sit down for long periods of time. It's only temporary, folks, till I go see the orthopedic guy again at the end of the month. But let's stay out in Los Angeles, California with this request for Matey Campboy. This is a duo, came out on the Lido label. They are Ray and Bob. Now, Ray is Ray Swain, and Bob is Bob Appleberry. And they had kind of a local hit with a song called Air Travel, which was their first release on this Lido label. But Matey requested the flip side of the 45. Let's go to February 19... wait, that's the wrong date there. I forget what it was, but it's 1961. It's Ray and Bob going out to Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room. It's called Palms of Paradise for Matey. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That is a nice tune there. I don't think I've ever featured that here on the program. That is Ray and Bob. That is the flip side of Air Travel, which is a cool upbeat tune. This is a nice ballad. Ray and Bob. That's Ray Swain and Bob Appleberry. That's by request for Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room. That is September 1961 release called Palms and Paradise on the Lido label. Let's stay in 1961, the last one in 1961 here, with a request for Amnon. Now, this label, Sunset Records, is out of South Carolina, but the group is not. The group is from Athens, Georgia, and they had two releases on the Sunset record label. With their second release, they were known as the Counts, but with their first release, they were known as the Twisters. It features Harry White on lead, a.k.a. Harry Waller. He's the lead singer on this. He also wrote the tune. This is from November 61. This is going out to Amnon. The Twisters on Sunset with This Is the End for Amnon.
This is the end. So why must you pretend you'll never have the chance to cheat on me again? So long, so long, so long. This is the end. Like floating leaves in the wind, like the robins and the wren. I wanna be free, free, oh my darling, free. For it's too much heartache and it never ends. This is the end. So bye bye, my friend. You'll never have the chance to cheat on me again. So long, so long, so long. This is the
This is it, darling. So why must you pretend you had your chance, but you goofed again? So why don't you gotta go high heel shoes? Because, darling, this is the
There you go. Let's go out to Amnon there. That's not an easy record to find. I mean, I don't know where I got that, but it wasn't cheap. Let's put it that way. Those are the Twisters there. The Twisters from November 1961. That's going out to Amnon. That's Harry Waller, a.k.a. Harry White, the lead singer on that. This is the End on the Sunset record label. Almost to end as I'm whipping through these records here. As we move into 1962, we stay out in or go back out into California. Fill a request for listener Paul Michel. Actually, we head out to Oakland, California to Gary Paxton's Garpax record label. Now, Paul requested the Five Superiors, a tune written by Johnny McRae, produced by Gary Paxton. And this features Robert Lee Herring on lead. And I'm playing the true first press of this on the Orange Garpax label. You know, if you have the Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett, it's on this orange label. That's the true first press. Later came out, I think, on the white Garpax label with the 44,000 series, I think is the number. I think it might even come out again with a different number, but it's I have a styrene and a vinyl press and this press. But this is the true first press on Garpax number 3. Yeah, the other one is 44170. And there's another third, and there's like 4 variations on this. But let's give it a spin here. This is for Paul Michel, November 62. The Five Superiors on the Garpax label. There's a fool born every day.
That there's true
you go. That's going out to Paul Michel there. Those are the Five Superiors. November 1962 with Robert Lee Herring on lead. There's A Fool Born Every Day is the name of the tune. That's on the Garpax record label for Paul Michel. You know, that backing track was used by what's his name? House of Fortune as oh gosh. Reed, help me out here. Who is the West Coast George Goldner? George Mattel. No, George Mottola. Oh my God, George Mottola. He would reuse that backing track on Hal Davis, a record by Hal Davis. I should play for you because I like it a lot. But there you go, a great tune. Thanks for requesting that, Paul Michel. We're a little bit of overtime here. 1, 2, 3. I think I got 4 records to go, so that'll be about in 10 minutes we'll be done, and that's better. I think I could hang out for 10 minutes here as we welcome in Oldies and More Radio here to the program. As we stay into 1962 with a request for listener Matey Campboy as we head to Hollywood, California to Larry Johnson's Vended record label. This singer, Bobby Mack, a.k.a. Robert McLaughlin, with an uncredited vocal group behind him, but they are really James Conwell, Andrew White, Herbert White, and Oliver Williams. They were called the Viceroys, but they're not mentioned on the label. And this is from 1962 for Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack on the Vended label for Matey Campboy, asking the question, how was your weekend for Matey?
How was your weekend? Did you go out on the town? Did you go out dancing with your new love you found? Or did you stay at home all alone and cry like I did? We said goodbye. How was your weekend? Did you have a ball? Did you go to the movies and dancing and all? Or did you stay at home all alone and cry like I did? Friday, did you walk the floor? Maybe till you couldn't stand it anymore. Saturday, did you just sit and cry? And on a Sunday, did you think you would die? Oh, how was your weekend? Did you stay at home, wishing and waiting by your telephone? Or did you try and phone and find your party night at home like I did? Since we said goodbye, like I did. Since we said goodbye, like I did. Since we said goodbye, little girl.
As by request from Matey Campboy there, the sound of Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack and the uncredited Viceroys there on the Vended record label. How was your weekend? And hopefully you're digging on the weekend here with Johnny G as we close down the program here. Now, Bobby Mack also recorded as as a member of the reorganized Marathons, who recorded Tight Sweater for the RV record label, in addition to releases on Moonglow, Original Sound, and the B&O record label. Let's continue here in 1962 with a request for listener Evan Blatt. I found this 45 at the Yonkers Raceway Flea Market in the 1970s for 10 cents. Although this singer is out of Los Angeles, California. Now, the A side of this, maybe Darren, you know it, a national novelty song he had, made it up to number 57 on Billboard, did better regionally. It was called My Wife Can't Cook. I don't know, Darren, maybe you know that song, but the flip side, the B side, is a killer ballad written by Gerald L. Russ, who I'm pretty sure is this singer, Lonnie Russ. We go to October of 1962 with an uncredited vocal group backing him up. This is Lonnie Russ by request for Evan Blatt on the 4J record label. It's called Something Old, Something New for Evan.
Something old, something new, something sad, something blue, something lost, oh, something found since my old love put me down. Something way down in my heart told me you're the girl of my dream. Oh, yes you are. Something happened, something gay happened to me that day. Something honest, something true made me want to love you. Something way down in my heart told me you're the girl of my dream. Oh, yes you are. The way you roll your hair and you cook, the way when you smile, hey, you let me know. The way that you told me you never leave, and I never have to beg you, baby, come back, please. Something old, something new, something sad, something blue, something lost, something found since my old love put me down. Something way down in my heart told me you're the girl of my dream. Oh, yes you are. Say yes you are. Whoa, baby.
That's the first of 4 for Lonnie Russ on the 4J record label by request for Evan Blatt. October 62, Lonnie Russ with Something Old, Something New. You hear something new every time here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I'm sure many of you don't know all these records, but let's continue here. We move into 1963 with this request for Tom Shaughnessy. He wants actually to send this one out to listener Amnon, this singer, a former member of a group called The Gleams, Gleams, that recorded for the Kip label back in 1961, a song called You Broke My Heart. But he left that group for a solo career. His real name, Frank Montanaro. He was from Wantagh. Did I say it right? Wantagh? Wantagh, New York. He re-recorded 2 for the La Rosa record label. His first release actually had some airplay on the East Coast. It did sort of well for him, called First Star. But this is his second release, and probably the harder one to find, and very much more expensive. And it was arranged by Tico Wilshire. We go to April of '63 by request for Tom Shaughnessy, sending it out to Emnon. Frankie Love on La Rosa Records. It's called Moon of Love.
Moon of love, my crystal ball, does she love me most of all? Be my wheel of fortune up there in the sky, be her guardian angel, make her love me until I die.
April '63 release there for Frankie Love by request for Tom Shaughnessy, sending it out to Emnon. Frankie Love with Moon of Love. That's on the La Rosa record label from April 1963. You know, that First Star, he redid that on Loma Records. I kind of like a little bit of a soulful sound for that. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off, although this next one I'm going to play 2 versions of the song. It's actually a request for Adrian Viterbo. He requested the Rochelles on the Spacey label from 1964 called Please Hear My Plea. But the first time this record came out, okay, it was issued on the Dove label as Yvonne Robertson and the Demystics. So it first came out this way, and I guess maybe the owner of the label didn't like it and he wanted them to redo it. But the group is more prominent on this version. It's more cruder version of the song, okay? But I'll play them back to back because I think they're good tunes here. This is from 1964. First up, I'll play them back to back. Yvonne Robertson and the D-Mystics first. It's called Please Hear My Plea on the Dove label, and then you'll hear it as done by the Rochelle. Same female lead, Yvonne Robertson, but the group is called the Rochelles. Now here's the first way from '64, Please Hear My Plea. So these both go out to Adrian Viterbo in Mexico.
Well, darling, oh, 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 darling, how long for your kiss? You are the
There you go. That was Adrian's request. I think it sounds better by the Rochelle's there, by the way. That 1964, the Rochelle's there, Please Hear My Plea on the Spacey label. Before that, you heard the lead singer there, Yvonne Robertson, and the D-Mystics on the Dove label. That's how it first came out, but then I guess they changed. I think there were guys in the background there, replaced by gals, and more polished on the second one. Well, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. Again, if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the hotline for Wednesday night soul requests and also for the request for tonight's show, as I went a little bit over than what I wanted to, but my leg is better today. But again, I got to keep it up. My mother's going to be yelling at me when I get downstairs because she's like, did you have it up? But anyway, so thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoy bringing you these records every week. It's really the only time I get to enjoy my listening to my records. And this is, and I listen to just like you do, and these records just are great to hear. And we heard some great requests tonight, so thank you all for your requests and for being here, for being a part of the show as the show explodes with people subscribing and contacting me. And you can at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Thank you, Charlene, again for all the work that you did to prepare for this show. And this will be up, the show will be up momentarily on YouTube, and I put it up on vinyltreasures.net. So in case the YouTube police were out before with one of the, I think with the Moon of Love record they came out for that. Why? I have no idea. But we're going to close the show tonight with a request from Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send this one out to Joe Shacatano, to Reed King in our chat room, and Bob Hannes will probably check it out on the archive. This group formed in 1961 while they were students at New Utrecht High School in Brooklyn, New York, if I said that right. In February of 64, they were the backup group to Don Dell that recorded for the Roman label. I have that record. And then in 65, they signed with Vinnie Catalano and Don Ames's Blast label out of New York City for this release. And the group included Rich Torelli, Tony Jourdain, John Razdazzo, Billy Shalda, who is the lead singer on this tune. I would say, and lead singer Billy Shalda. But anyway, Greg sold me this 45, believe it or not, on the Blast label from June 65. They're called the Monterey's. Mike, you said it on the Astra label. That is a reissue. This is the original on the Blast label. So by request from Mike Sape to Joe Shacatano, Bob Hannes, and Reed King, the Monterey's on Blast with Face in the Crowd. Johnny G is your face of the DJ face here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going to do it, folks. Everybody have a safe and happy week. I'll see you either Wednesday evening or Thursday or next Saturday right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Also, we say goodbye to those tuned in on the oldies. It's still a little bit too long. But anyway, I gotta go. Take care, folks, and join the Monterey's Face in the Crowd. Just want to say, everybody, so long.
There she is, oh there she is. I see her face in the crowd. Yeah, yeah. Should I walk over and take her hand? Or am I still too proud? What should I do? What should I say? It's been a long time. Yeah, yeah. Here I am, thinking aloud about that face in the crowd. Pride, foolish pride, has turned away. Silly lovers' quarrel was the big